Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 30 of our favorite rock guitar teams of all time. That's right, we're finishing up the month. We just have today and tomorrow left in October before we move into our next monthly theme. We've been looking at our favorite rock guitar teams of all time, two or more guitarists playing together, creating some fantastic music. Both could be fabulous lead players, or maybe you got one hotshot lead guitar player and another great rhythm player, or maybe three lead guitar players, whatever the combination might be. We've been looking at all sorts of good ones this month. I've been listing mine. You've been listing yours. It's been a lot of fun. Love talking about guitar players. I have a whole bunch, for the final couple slots here for the month. I have this whole list of things, or of combinations, and it's gotten harder as I've gotten down towards the end of the month to see who's going to make the absolute cut, because we are going to have some honorable mentions, which I'll give you at the last episode tomorrow. But I really felt strongly about this particular duo being a part of my top 31. Because I just think that this is such a great band, and one of the reasons why this band is so great is because of these two guitar players. One of them no longer in the band anymore, but they played together, this duo, for many years, creating some great albums. Of course, I'm talking about Tesla, and the two players are Frank Hannon and Tommy Skeoch. Never quite sure exactly how he says his name. Skeoch, Skeoch. So I'm just going to call him Frank and Tommy, right? Of course, the great debut album, Mechanical Resonance. There the guys are on the back. Two kick-ass players. One guy who played mainly SGs quite a bit, right? Or Gibson guitars. The other guy also played some Gibson guitars, played some Fender guitars and Strats and things like that. Both killer lead players. Both really good rhythm players. Again, the music of Tesla, they debuted in the mid '80s, early mid '80s, right? And mid '80s, and their albums filled with just great bluesy hard rock. They kind of got lumped in with the whole hair metal scene, but in actuality, got something in my eye. Bear with me here. But in actuality, they really were never all about that. They were more like kind of like a throwback to like 70s Aerosmith, but maybe with a little more guitar firepower at times. So again, you got the great debut, Mechanical Resonance, Easy Come, Easy Go, Coming At You Live, Getting Better, Too Late for Love, Rock Me To. I mean, there's so many great songs on this album. Modern Day Cowboy, which is the first, kind of hit for the band. Changes, Little Susie. So many great songs on here. Dual leads going back and forth, crunchy riffs, just good bluesy hard rock. I hesitate to call them a true metal band. I think they were just a great throwback hard rock band that just came out in a time where you had the Poisons and the Motley Crues and the Bon Jovis and all those other sort of bands. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but they kind of got lumped in with that whole crowd. But I think their music was a little bit different. Of course, you got the Great Radio Controversy. More classic tracks on here. You've got, of course, Psychotic Supper, right? Bust a Nut. This duo played together into the Now. This was the last album with these two guys playing together. And you can kind of get a closer look at the guys in the band, right? They would. So Tommy would stay in the band. So of course, 84 to 94 was like the classic era of the band. Of course, then they kind of split for a little bit, got back together. Then he rejoined 2000 to 2006. Okay, so he's also featured on the Reel to Reel album, as well as I believe he's also on Into the Now, which I just showed you as well. And then he left, so he has not come back. But Frank has been the main kind of presence in this band all through the years. Really tasty player. Both of these guys have a firm root in kind of blues music, but they also know their hard rock and metal too. And just some great smoldering licks between the two of them. Tons of great solos in this band. I mean, just there's so many killer songs across this discography, and then of course you got the always very strong vocals of Jeff Keith, who's got that kind of real gritty voice, but very unmistakable. So yeah, I really wanted to include these guys because I think they were one of the unsung Guitar Hero teams throughout the 80s. Not a thrash band, not a pure metal band, but more of kind of like that, just 80s hard rock band, but owing a lot to the 70s. So yeah, two guys in Tesla, Frank and Tommy, all across these great albums. Man, if you haven't heard these albums, these are just absolutely terrific. There's really not a lot of weak spots on these albums. Of course, the first three are, to me, the cream of the crop. But there's some really, really good material across these as well. And everywhere you look, killer guitar work. Blend some great acoustic work in there. There's some slide guitar across some of these songs as well too. So just really, really good stuff. All really well produced, and the guitars always really shine on these albums. And these two guys were a force of nature back when they were playing together. So let us know what you think of the Tesla duo, Frank and Tommy, in the comments below, as well as your pick for day 30 here. We've got just one more coming up. Who's it going to be? We'll have to wait and see, right? So thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell if you haven't already. Also, make sure you hit the like button before you leave, and we will see you in just a little bit, because we've got ranking the albums coming right up with High on Fire. We're going to rank the catalog of High on Fire, and then, of course, tomorrow we've got, since it's Halloween tomorrow, October 31st, there will be no Hudson Valley Squares tomorrow, but I will be here for a Q&A show for roughly an hour, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so stay tuned for that. And then, of course, Tuesday, we've got In the Prog Seat happening Tuesday night, and Tuesday morning, November 1st, starts up our brand new monthly theme. We're going to be giving some love to the ladies. I'm going to be counting down my favorite 30 female-fronted bands of all time. I don't know if I'm going to put them in any actual order, so it's going to be just another one of those random things where it's just my 30 favorites. Here you go, each and every day. So we'll be doing that all throughout the month of November, and then starting, of course, December 1st, I'll be counting down my 31 favorite albums of 2022. Each and every day you'll get a different pick. And, of course, on the 31st will be my favorite album of the year. So that's what's coming up over the next 2 months. So thanks for watching, everybody. I am Pete Pardo. Have a good one, everybody. Hope you're enjoying your Halloween weekend. I know I am, as you can see. Getting ready to go see Dawn of the Dead in 3D today in the theaters, joining Mr. Chris Allo and Mr. Dave LaGreca. That should be fun. So we'll see you all later on. Take care. Bye-bye.